Hello, this is Leah with All Things Magnets, All Things Cards. I had started the series on leaves, and not leaves, on paper. We were making paper. So, I've got some of the paper here. I've gone in many different directions since I started this video. I am like all over the place. So, I do apologize for that. This is how my mind works, and it does tend to travel in many different directions, and it will sometimes get back to where it started. So we are kind of back to where we started, making paper to cut out. So I made this paper. It's very, very pretty. We spritzed it with some of the Sheer Shimmer Craft Spray Sparkle. And this one, you can see the little, I don't know if you can, but I can see the little bits of sparkly in there. Oh, look at that piece right there. Big chunk I've dripped it on. Lovely. Okay, so I will link to the video where we made this paper. And we also made this. I went with an olive green tinge here. I went with a bluer green here. There is a link to the video where we made all these things. Made all these papers. So here I spritzed this one with the glue shimmer. Glue shimmer. That would be really pretty. The gold shimmer spritz. So that's where those are little blotches of gold on this one as well. And we used a stamp set that was just something that I got, I don't know where I got it. I get a lot of things secondhand because I buy lots as in, not a lot of things, I buy lots of people's craft supplies that they are no longer going to be card making, so they're selling everything. So I buy a huge box or tubs of stuff, and I have no idea what's in it until I get in it. So here we go. That's a good way to start your craft, jumpstart your craft card making thing. What I did was I bought on eBay, I think it was 75 stamps, 75 ink pads of Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up demonstrator was stopping being a demonstrator, didn't want to do cards anymore, and she sold all her ink in one lot. Yay! Okay, so I previously had said that you peek at these guys. What I did, let me just grab it really quick. Maybe I've got it still together. Maybe, well, I don't normally put things away, so there's a good chance that something that I was just using days ago is still sitting there. Okay, so these are my dies. I don't know where I got them. Again, I get a bunch of dies and I just threw them all together because I don't care who makes them when I'm using them. All I care about is that they're accessible. So I had like some kind of a Sizzix container, and I just, with leaves and stuff, so I just kind of threw any die set that came in that had leaves with it, just kind of all went in there so I can find them all at the same time. So I got all these different little leaves, very cute. Stuck them together with the purple tape. Now I did mention previously that I take my paper, let's just put some white down here. Don't look at the mess, the avalanche is falling. So I cut my sheet in half, my 8.5 by 11 sheet in half, so I get, like regular A2 card size. So then I take this and, oops, oh, there's magnets underneath, that's why. And then I will just, hold on a second, we've got to get rid of these magnets because they're pulling my everything I'm doing all sideways. Oof. There we go. So I take this and I'll line it up like this and die cut again. And then I'll just keep moving down the page. As you can see, I've done here on this one, and I've done it, I do it repeatedly. So I've just kind of kept these guys together. They've gone through the machine quite a bit. So doing that, I ended up with, quite a bit of leaves. I mean, look at 1, 2, 3, 5 times through 15 in this and 15 in this color. And so here we are. I've kind of separated them. Because I was bored the other day and I had to wait for my friend Barb to show up, I took a gold Uniball Signo gold pen, the ones you get at Michael's, and I drew some veins. Now this is going to be amazing if you can see that, because I can't see the camera. I'll just move it around and assume at some point the light hits it. So I drew on some veins for these leaves, because I had nothing to do while I waited for her to arrive. Her 5 minutes could be a long time. She could be here in 5 minutes. Okay, sure. I did all this in 5 minutes, and there's no way it was 5 minutes. Okay, so these are the leaves I made out of, let's move them up there. I just don't want to wreck them because they're really, the little stemmies are very bendable. So I'm just going to move these out. I like these ones. These are my favorites because they remind me of birch leaves. And when I was growing up, my Auntie Bev had a birch tree in her backyard. Anyways, okay. And then I like the maple leaves. I don't know that we have oak trees. I think this is an oak leaf. We don't have those. I think there might be one out back, but I didn't grow up with one. I don't know what that tree is. And we've had maple trees. I'm in Canada, so there's a lot of maple trees around. Okay, so I did that. Now let me show you. That was made with this paper, which we just made together. Video will be linked. Okay, then previously I had made this paper. Let me just hold it up to the light for you. See if I can get there. You can see the shine on that. That I made with the Nuvo Shimmer Powder in Blue Blitz and Solar Flare. So I made this paper. You can see the bits of the blue and the little dots there. That's where the powder didn't quite mesh with the water. There are some kind of like watercolor little marks there. And it's got a sheen to it, like it's a gold sheen. Let's see, can you see the sheen? That's probably a good shot of the sheen. The sheen all the way through it. And then I made these leaves. So these leaves are different than the other leaves. I would never put these together in a project. I would make my project solely with one of the two. Let me just lift that up for you to maybe see. Oh yeah, yeah. This is a piece of fun foam from my dollar store. 2 pieces for $1 something. Okay, and we use it for backing of things as opposed to using double-sided, whatever it's called, foam tape. I'm not great with words. Although, like I said before, my job is talking all day long. And I'm not good with words. It's always quite an interesting way when I have a conversation. Okay, so other than that, I've also got, I don't have a sample sheet to show you because when I did these ones here, I cut up, let me just put it on here, I cut up the, what do you call it? The piece of paper was so cut up that there's only shreds left. Because I went back and put little leaves where I could get them to go. So this is made using alcohol inks. I don't know if I used the pearl ones. I may have used the pearl ones on this one. Look at that. Let's see. Can you see? It's very pretty. And there are some, I put bits of gold alcohol ink in there, the mixative, because I like to have bits of brown on my leaves, and that's about as all brown as I'm willing to go for a leaf, because I don't want to destroy the greens. But look at that. There's let's get a light. Ooh, pretty light. Can you see it? I don't know. I'm really hoping it's not just a blurry mess, but you can see the edge is kind of a little brown. Oh, things are falling. That's okay. Still alive. Let's just move things so that they're not falling and scaring me on video. Otherwise, it's fine to fall and scare me. Now, at the edges of the alcohol ink sheet that I had, there were little bits of white. And I don't hesitate to cut that part out too, because I think it's kind of pretty. It's kind of pretty with that little bit of white, and this is where the blue didn't quite mix with the yellow, so it's a little bit bluer. There's a little bit of a green one. Here's a maple leaf that has some white bits on it too. They're not ugly when they're white. I mean, this is art that we're doing here with this arts and crafts art that we're making. So whatever we find to be beautiful is what we do. So I mean, it's no big whoop-de-doo that there's a little bit of white. Don't throw it out. Cut along that edge. It makes for some lovely, lovely patterns. There, see that too? Very pretty. Okay, so I will be showing you how to do alcohol papers. If I get that video made, there will be a link here. Okay, calm down, Leah. And I'm going to make today with you some of this paper. Now, I've already got a lot of green leaves. These are my spring and summer sets. So I think it's time to maybe make some fall leaves. Now, fall leaves, when you're outside looking at the ground, they have yellow, bits of brown. I won't be able to add the brown because I have yellow, red, and pink, and blue. So I'm not going to be making any brown. I've been thinking about the color brown lately. I really don't know how brown is made. But I do have, right there at the edge of my thing, some apricot glitter Ritz that would make a nice, maybe I could just take my little Secura glue pen. I think it's a quickie glue pen. And you can get these for like a set of 5 or 6 for a really reasonable price on Amazon. And I could draw along the edge of some of my leaves then and just dip them in a tiny little bit of apricot glitter. I have glue on the brain. I don't know what's going on with that glue today. Okay, so let's put these away. I always think that you should keep track of your stash, especially when you're dealing with things a little like this, and little packages of things, okay? So I will be putting these into a little bag somewhere, sometime, but not right now, because I ain't got time.